even our knowledge of wine, I think back then was just limited. But there was always, like usual, like a big passion and interest in learning. And I think, to be honest, I think this is the key of Terroni and everybody that work. You know, we approach everything like in a humble kind of way. We know what we want, but we are willing to learn, right? We don't think that we know everything. So that's what happened with wine, like what happened with flour that we use, like what happened with baking and cooking. And so we started with wine, and the idea at the beginning was just, let's bring a house wine, because why we have to buy 1,000 cases of house wine a year from somebody else when we can bring our own wine and maybe choose a better one. And then instead, when we went there, we realized it didn't make sense to bring house wine because the people that were bringing were doing like a better job than us. And so we started looking into more interesting stuff that was more precious than a house wine. And we started with 3 wineries. The first one happened to be, don't ask me how, one of the oldest winery in Europe. Abbazzia di Novacella was a winery. This is the only winery in Europe that is in a border area between Italy and Austria, and has the same ownership for 800 years. Yeah. There are monks that run the winery. One of the elements that we look into wine is not only like the fact that the wine is good, but also the human element, because we want to deal with people that speak the same language and appreciate what we do. And so when we choose a wine, the wine is important, but also the people that make the wine are as important. And the ambition now is that when a person comes to our restaurant, the idea is that, you know, you go to Italy, you go to Liguria, you come back here and you tell us, I was in Liguria, I got this great wine, and here we come, we have the wine in the list. The reason why we have only Italian wines is because we want to be specialized. We've been specialized in Italian food for 23 years. We want to be specialized in Italian wine.
Also, I just want to add, because it was never a thought to get non-Italian wine. We really realized when we started importing wines, there's hundreds of different types of wines that no one has ever heard of, that we need to bring them in. I mean, we feel like that's part of our job. But we have, I don't know how many different small varietals that would never have made it into this market, I don't think, you know, unless we would have brought it in and be able to have an opportunity to serve it by the glass, which is an important thing, right? So we have to find a wine that we can serve by the glass, because once you serve it by the glass, we can say, hey, why don't you try this wine from Val d'Aosta? Oh, you've never probably had it before, just try it. I mean, you'll never find it at the LCBO. You'll never find it probably anywhere in Ontario. And so we've decided that that's the direction we want to go.